Hi there, once again, welcome back to this channel. This video is a part of learning HTML and CSS series, and in this video we are going to learn about a new topic, which is CSS navigation bar. Actually, having a CSS navigation bar which a user can interact with in an easy way and in a fun way is really important inside your website. It creates a crucial part of your web page or your website because it contains links to different parts of your website. So if you have good styled menu, which is a navigation bar, if you have good looking navigation bar inside your web pages, then design of your website can pop up and it could become really professional if you have a good styled navigation bar. So a navigation bar is created with basic HTML as a base, and then we style that HTML using CSS, and using the list, the unordered list in this case seems a better option to do this job. So there are actually two types of nav bars, as you have seen in different websites. They could be vertical nav bars or horizontal nav bars. Vertical nav bars are usually found on the left or right side of the website, whereas horizontal nav bar is mostly found at the top or bottom of the web page. So let us get into our IDE. We are using Visual Studio IDE. So let's start making a navigation bar. First, we will make the vertical navigation bar. So here we are inside our editor, and this is the file in which we are going to work today for lesson number 32, and these are all files that we used in our previous lessons. So you would be able to get this file inside the description. The link would be there, and all the other study material that you can use for better understanding of this topic would also be present in description. So let us start creating our navigation bar. So for creating navigation bar, if we are using a vertical navigation bar, then we must create two parts. One should be for our navigation bar, and the other part should be for the other content that our website or our web page would contain. So let us create a main div wrapper, which should be given as content wrapper. This is the main div that our web page would contain, and in this we can create two childs. One could be navigation, and we can name the other one as the body content, whereas we can just name it as content. And this would be the second div in which we will be containing all the other content of our web page. So by using in-page style, we will be using in-page or internal style to style this page. So inside this navigation bar, I am going to create an unordered list which will contain all the links which our navigation bar will contain, and in this I am going to create a list item, and for this I am going to create a link tag, and in this link tag I will give, for example, the link to home, and the same way I will create various other links. For example, 4 would be okay, and for this second one let us give the profile and profile, blog. Actually, this href will contain the link to the page to which you want the user to jump, and he would click this link tag, and let us name this one to about. So this is the basic HTML structure of our vertical nav bar, whereas if without styling it, you see it inside the browser. Let's have a look at it. So this is the basic markup which would look like inside our web page. So let's style it to look a bit better and like a navigation bar. So first of all, we would make the basic structure or basic look of our page, which would be content on right side and navigation bar on left side, which is the basic way or traditional way in which the navigation bars, the side bars are used inside our pages. So actually navigation bar, which is vertical, it is not only used inside our HTML as a sidebar, it also is used when our menu, our horizontal menu is shown in smaller devices. In that case, even it is vertical. So first let us style this content wrapper. And let us give it display flex and give it the width of 100% and height of 100 view height, because we want it not to get scrollable. And after this, I am going to style our navigation. For this, I am going to give it the width of 120 pixels maybe, and for example, if I give it the background color of orange, for watching what is the basic style that we are getting in our page right now. So for this content div, which is right here, this one, and for this one I am going to give it the width of 100%, means take all the remaining one, and background color of orange. Oh sorry, let us give it a different color. So right here, as you can see, this is our markup, and we should remove this excess padding as well. Margin 0, padding 0. So we have talked about all of these properties in our previous lessons. So I think you must be getting the idea what are all these values doing. So this is our markup. Actually, this is the content of our page, and this is the navigation bar. Let's increase the size of our navigation bar. So this would be our sidebar, and all the content would be here. This whole div, the main wrapper, would not be scrollable, whereas this data right here would be scrollable, and this div will contain that scroll bar, and all the data inside it would be the content of our page. We would put all the content of our page inside this content div now. So now let us style this bar now. So in this navigation bar we have UL, and for this we should give it list style to none, because we don't want any sort of style, and we would give it the width of 100% because we want to span it to 100%. And let us style its li now. Dot navigation UL and list item, and for this one I am going to give it the width of 100% and padding, a bit of padding, which would be 10 pixels, and right here as you can see. So let us now style its each li's text here, and let us give it text transform to capitalize, so that we want first first letter of each word to be capitalize, and font size of let us give it the font size of 20 pixels, and font weight bold, and we also need to remove the text decoration to none, and color to white actually. So we have this navigation, and inside this navigation and li we have an a tag, and we have to give this style inside that a tag. It would be a better option to give it inside that a tag. So right here as you can see, this is our main markup. So this is the basic markup of our sidebar. So let us just make it a bit better. So remove this red background color and this orange background color and make it black. Now this is our sidebar navigation bar, and if we want, for example, this is our present tag in which we are the present page, and it is having a class of active. So if we want to color our active list item to a different style, then we can do it using its active class and give it a background color of let us say green. So inside our navigation bar we have UL, and in this UL we have LI, and in this LI we have A, which has active class. And now you can see this is having green color, but we don't want it to get green color, we want its LI to get that green color. So for that, let us remove this A and give this active class to LI, not to the A tag. And we will be using, in our upcoming lectures, we will be using JavaScript, and in JavaScript I would also tell you that how to toggle this class between different elements when you change the pages. So right here, as you can see, this is the active one. So if we want that whenever the user hovers on LI, it gets a different color, so for that we can use it that way as well. And on hover we want its background color to gray, so yeah, it could be this way. And right here, as you can see, when we hover, it gets a different color. So this is our vertical navigation bar, and after vertical navigation bar we come to our horizontal navigation bar. In horizontal navigation bar, all the links are in horizontal direction, whereas one on the left and the next one on the right, in this way. Let us go to our editor and make our previous navigation bar, which was vertical navigation bar, to horizontal navigation bar. So right here in this vertical navigation bar, what we are going to do to make it horizontal, we are going to make this navigation bar come up on the upper side, so all the links would be one after another. So inside our editor we would just need to toggle our styles to do so. So for doing so, in this content wrapper, I will just change the flex direction, make it column, which means that both of these elements inside content wrapper, that are the navigation and the content, make them display flex but in vertical direction, which means navigation bar would be up above and the following element would be the content as the navigation bar would end. So now if you see, only by changing that style, you can see that this navigation bar has become this way. And for this navigation bar, if I give it the width of 100%, now we want it to span to the 100% of the width. So right here you can see, but our links are still in vertical form. So for making them in vertical form, we can come into our LI, actually, and give it the display inline block and give it the width of fit content. And right here, as you can see, our elements have come one after another next to each other. So for this navigation bar, let us give it a bit of padding so that it may look a bit better. From top and bottom we would not give it any padding, and from left and right I am going to give it 20 pixels. Right here, as you can see, let us give it padding from top and bottom as well. So right here, as you can see, our navigation bar has these links and these are in the middle of it, and this is our horizontal navigation bar. From now on, after this lecture, all the topics that would be upcoming would be the advanced CSS topics, which means we have covered the basics of CSS. All the basic elements that were there that would be used for styling basics of our pages are covered, and now on we would move to advanced CSS topics. So for those advanced CSS topics, you would need to struggle a bit more and you would need to practice a bit more, and you would need to remain connected a bit more because all the advanced topics would be a bit of connected to each other. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please press the thumbs up button. Thank you for watching the video. Goodbye.